We know NoCo. From Town Square Media, this is Tuned Into NoCo. I'm Ashlee Meehleis. Hi, everybody. Welcome into Tuned Into NoCo. Today, we have the executive director and founder of Realities for Children, Craig Secher, with us. So first off, Craig, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. To begin, for our listeners who may not know, do you mind explaining to them what Realities for Children is all about?
Yeah, thanks for letting us share a little bit about our mission and story. But
yeah.
Realities for Children is a nonprofit organization. We've been serving in northern Colorado for 27 years, and it's specifically designed to provide for the unmet and healing needs of children that have been abused, neglected, abandoned, or at risk locally.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty incredible what you guys do. And you guys are back putting on the 25th annual NightLights event on December 1st from 6 to 7 p.m. at the First Presbyterian Church in Fort Collins. What should people know?
Absolutely. This is the 25th year of lighting the NightLights tree, or what has become known as the Big Blue Tree. Number one thing people should know is this is a free community event. And over the course of 25 years, so many people have made this part of their holiday tradition, part of their kickoff going into the Christmas season. But I think the most important thing, to know about the event itself, in addition to the fun that's going on, is what it's all about, who it serves, and why do we have the Big Blue Tree lighting every year downtown? Yeah,
for sure. And Craig, I know we were talking about this before we started the interview, but you said there's a reason why the tree is the color blue. Do you mind explaining this to our listeners?
Yeah. Yes, it's something we work really hard. I mean, the NightLights tree is about raising awareness again for the issues of child abuse and neglect, and really encouraging our community members to become more aware and get involved in the ways that they can to help children that are struggling, not over the holidays, but throughout the year, and with the issues of physical and sexual assault, abandonment, neglect. And the reason the tree is blue is because blue is the international color for child abuse prevention and awareness. And so our goal in putting this beacon of hope in downtown Fort Collins is to raise awareness, to let children know that we care about them, to create a way that our community members can get involved and come together to really make a difference in the life of a child. And that witness through the blue tree is, hopefully people ask that question, why is it a big blue tree? I don't just drive by and say, oh, that's beautiful. They understand that the purpose of it, I think what's really beautiful is what the purpose of it is. And that's why it's blue, is to really drive home that this is our children's tree. This is the children that are lost in the darkness, to let them know that there are people who care, and to encourage people to be involved in child abuse prevention, awareness, and being there for our children when they need us most.
Absolutely. And like you said, this is a free event. It's for a great cause, and it has become a tradition in downtown FoCo. I see it when I drive down there. It's beautiful. There are a lot of things you can do at this event. You can enter to win a 30-pound chocolate Santa from Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory. That's pretty cool.
It is fantastic. Rocky Mountain Chocolate Factory has been providing this 30-pound chocolate Santa for since nearly the beginning of this event, so 20 years or so, and it's amazing. So children that are there can be entered to win. We do a drawing. In fact, Dude Dad will be doing the drawing, so he'll be down there. He's a big part. He and his wife Heidi are very involved in helping our children, and so they're part of our drawing. But it is so fun for these kids. Oftentimes Santa is bigger than the child who wins it, and this look of pure joy on a child's face that just won 30-pound chocolate Santa, and the look of pure horror on the parent's face of, oh my gosh, what are we going to do with 30 pounds of chocolate? But it's always a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And you also can enter to win a $125 gift card for Shields, right?
Yeah, Shields is one of our just great year-round partners for the children that we serve and we work with. I could go on listing. They're one of our business members, like Town Square and so many other great businesses that are there every day for our kids. And they're going to be doing a drawing that night as well. So everybody who comes down there and gives a nightlight and supports our children will be entered into a drawing to win both a $125 gift card to Shields as well as a 25th anniversary NightLights blanket.
Wow, that's so neat.
And that's for the parents. So that's what the parents get while the children are chewing on chocolate. So.
Yes, that's perfect. Now, you guys have a lot of fun things going on. You can get a selfie with Santa. There's going to be live music, hot chocolate. And this is all for helping children who are suffering abuse and neglect in our community. Is there a certain number you guys hope to raise this year?
Yeah, we do. And it's an absolute necessity. We we see a massive increase. And I want to talk more about all the fun things to do on the night of the event, but our goal this year is to raise $350,000, and which, considering this is an entirely free event, that really says something about our community, where community members, individuals, businesses can donate lights on the NightLights tree. And so it's just a way to be part of that light into the darkness of child abuse, show our children that they're not alone. But the essential level of that is this has become the single largest fundraising event for abused and at-risk children in northern Colorado. And it helps us to serve thousands of children. In fact, over the month of December alone, last year we served nearly 4,000 children in December, and we anticipate that need being even higher this year.
Wow.
It also helps us to reach into the new year. And with NightLights being such a huge part of that, it is so valuable, so essential, and so needed that our community finds a way to figure out, hey, can I sponsor a light on this? Can I donate a light on the NightLights tree and be part of that? So that is the fundraising goal. And that happens not just on the night of December 1st, where everybody's invited. The NightLights tree is lit the entire month of December, and people are encouraged through the entire month to not only give a nightlight if they can, but to be that voice for our children that are silenced by abuse and invite other people to give a nightlight.
Yeah. And speaking of, if someone would like to donate a nightlight, what should they know?
Yeah, so it's a very easy thing to do. You can visit the website they get more information about the event and all the fun things that are going on right now. It's just giveanightlight.com. And then go on there and make a donation. You can donate one light, or one light is a $100 donation. You can donate as many lights as you're able, or any dollar amount is valuable to give, because one of the things that is very unique about Realities for Children, and I think so wonderful about the design and collaborative partnership, is, first of all, as I mentioned, we have about 270 local business members in our community. The beautiful thing about that is they underwrite all the administrative costs of the charity, so that when you donate a nightlight, 100% of that, every dollar, every penny, goes to direct services for the children that we provide for. So it's very, very effective. So I think that's a key element when you're thinking about giving that's there. And in addition to that, we work with 40 partner agencies, 40 amazing organizations in our community we work collaboratively with. Our goal is to see that no child is forgotten, and no one agency or nonprofit can do that alone. So our collective reach with 40 different agencies working together allows us to really see that any child that's in need, that's been abused, neglected, abandoned, or at risk, has access to these emergency resources when they need it most. And we'll have many of those agencies at the NightLights event as well.
That's amazing. And like you said, it's a free event for our community, but I'm sure it takes a lot of manpower to put this thing on. Are you guys in need of volunteers?
Always. Our volunteer base is a blessing. We're a relatively small staffed organization, so that we can see 100% of every dollar go to direct services, and we rely on people helping us out. So whether that's volunteering, assisting us the night of the event, or really through the month of December, or throughout the year, from youth activities to organizing item distributions and everything else that we do. So certainly people that are interested in learning more about becoming a volunteer, depending on the level they're involved with, can certainly go to our website at realitiersforchildren.com and apply for a volunteer. Let us know that they're interested in that, and we would love to have them be part of our family that is serving these children every day.
You guys heard that. You can head to realitiersforchildren.com if you're interested in being a volunteer. Now, you guys are also doing some other fun activities December 1st. What are those?
Well, the event, like I said, it is a joyful event, which is an interesting mix where we're really bringing awareness to the issues of child abuse, which is a very dark topic. But I think as we go into the holiday season, where so much of this can become so myopically focused on ourselves and our family and what's going on, really helping to bring awareness is a really nice balance in how we can get involved. So the night of the event itself, as I mentioned, we're going to have a lot of the elements for our children. There'll be chances to make purchases of items down there, make direct donations for our children. There'll be photos with Santa and Mrs. Claus. We'll have I think they'll have his sleigh there as well.
Oh, cool.
So they can do that. We have free cookies and hot, tasty treats and hot drinks for everybody to do that kind of good old-fashioned tree lighting ceremony with their children. We'll have some great performers, amazing musicians that are coming out to sing. You'll hear from some of the children that we actually help to serve as they share their story about how important it is for a community to get involved. And of course, you see that happening on the stage. We have, from Dude Dad to the leaders in our community that are helping to run this event, to the volunteers that are involved, to the partner agencies. But ultimately, at the end of the hour, this 1 hour event is the lighting of the NightLights tree, and that's symbolic. We have a young lady who's going to be singing our NightLights song that sings on the NightLights tree, and this tree is thousands of lights, 50 feet tall, animated to music, and it's about a 9-minute show that happens every 30 minutes for the entire month of December from the moment that it starts to get dusky out there. So this is a very special way to stay connected to what this is about and bring a lot of joy to your family, and something, like you said, you can really enjoy just going by and seeing.
Yeah. You guys heard that. Head to First Presbyterian Church in Fort Collins. Realities for Children is hosting their 25th annual tree lighting event on December 1st. All the proceeds go to children suffering abuse and neglect in our community. There's going to be live music, hot cocoa, and you can enter to win some pretty awesome prizes, including a 30-pound chocolate Santa and a $125 gift card to Shields. For more information on how to donate, you can head to giveanightlight.com, or if you want more information about Realities for Children and how to volunteer at this event, you can head to realitiesforchildren.com. Now, Realities for Children offers 6 core services to kids in our community. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about what those are?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. It's so easy to get, with this time of year, to say so focused on the emergency service side, but number one, we're an emergency services organization. We respond to emergency service needs. Basically, these are needs for children that have been abused and neglected in our community when all of the resources are exhausted or unavailable. Last year, we provided emergency funding to 5,430 children.
Wow.
And to put that into perspective, if you do the quick math on that, that means we're responding to emergency needs for about 15 children on average every single day of the year. So that's really the number one thing that we're known for. And what I think is so powerful about that with our design is that we're able to respond to those emergency needs within our network. We work closely with the Department of Human Services and Child Protection. We actually work with the FBI and child trafficking.
Okay, wow.
But then just so many other wonderful local small organizations and larger organizations that I hope people will explore and learn more about at our website as well. But they have access to that, and we're able to respond and provide those emergency services within 60 minutes of a request, 24 hours a day. So it really is an emergency need response when there's nowhere else to turn. So that's probably the number one thing we're known for.
Wow.
But other core services are more towards the healing services and the support of the whole child. We look at our work being there at the emergency side, being there throughout the healing process, and being there when we're trying to break that cycle of abuse, neglect, and dependency, and be able to send these children out to be successful and do great in our community. But that includes youth activities. We do youth activities each month. We provide our home-based facility space that provides for programs, and I think we provided for about 5,000 children last year alone on that side. We do many other programs that I can't even list them all right now, but one of the big areas is item distribution. So we have Bikes for Tykes and Santa's Workshop and Back to School. And of course, with Town Square Media, we do the teddy bear toss with the Colorado Eagles. And all of that are items that provide to children that they wouldn't have. Some of them are essential items. Some are just items to let them know that they're not alone and to be a child during a really difficult time. And I think last year we provided distribution items to over 11,000 children in our community.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, before we started this interview, you mentioned how you've personally seen the positive impact Realities for Children has on kids in our community. You talked about a girl who is in her 30s now that Realities was able to help out. Do you mind talking a little bit more about that?
Yeah, that's the blessing side. Obviously, there's many challenges between healing from physical, sexual assault, abuse, abandonment it's oftentimes a lifelong challenge, and we want to be there for those children every step of the way. But the great joy, the crown jewel, and the hard work that we do every day to be there for their children through the emergency services and the healing process is when we get to see these children grow up. I've been working in child protection for 33 years here in Northern Colorado, and Realities for Children just passed its 27 years of service. So we have the blessing of seeing a generation of children. We get to see them as they enter the system and they grow up. And there's so many beautiful stories of children that have truly triumphed over their abusive past, but they don't do that alone.
Yeah.
They do that by a community getting involved. So the young lady I was sharing with, she had a horrible story of child abuse and growing up and needed to be removed with her sisters to different placements. And over the course of the years, we saw termination of parental rights and the adoption process and graduating from high school and getting married and now having children in a family of their own, and those children never knowing the horrors of abuse that they did. And that's how we break the cycle. That's how we see a generation of children that don't face that. But to do that, we need people to get involved. We need people to go to giveanightlight.com right now and give a nightlight. Bring a child out of the darkness of abuse by giving them that light and letting them know that they're not alone, they're not invisible, they are heard, and that there are people who care for them.
Absolutely. Thank you. Now, as we've mentioned, this tree lighting ceremony has been going on for 25 years now, which is incredible. So how did you start Realities for Children? What is your story?
Well, this was my background in education. Originally, I came out and I worked as a counselor. So I worked specifically with abused and at-risk children in a counseling setting, originally in a residential setting in the Loveland area, actually. That would have been a long time ago now. From there, I became a chemical addictions counselor, and I work with chemically dependent delinquent teens as a result of domestic violence and child abuse. Wow. And then ultimately, I went to the Child Protection Services. I was an investigation case manager on the issues of child abuse, and then transitioned into the more heuristic or healing side of ongoing case management. And it was really through those experiences, I just saw so many children slipping through the cracks. I saw so many times that there were emergency or direct service needs that just couldn't be met. The resources were either exhausted or unavailable for whatever reasons. And I believe that we could do better as a community. And so in 1995, I founded Realities for Children with some amazing partners and business leaders and people that cared the way I did. And we believed that we could, I think at that time we started with 11 partner agencies back in 1995. And today we have 40 partner agencies working collaboratively, 270 businesses, hundreds of volunteers, and thousands of donors that get involved every year to make sure that we can achieve our mission to see that no child is forgotten.
Wow. Well, it's really incredible what you guys do. Craig, is there anything else you'd like our listeners to know?
Yeah, I do want you to learn more. I think the opportunities with events like this is to light that fire in the hearts of people that say, this is something I care about. Go to our website. There are so many ways to get involved, whether you're interested in being a business member, a volunteer, a donor. There's so many ways to make a difference with the resources and time and elements you have, and I'd like to encourage everybody to find the way they can do that. Even going and learning about all of our partner agencies, maybe one of those specific organization calls to them more. But right now, what we need is for you to be that voice for our children that have been silenced as a result of their abuse. Come to NightLights, learn a little bit more, make this part of your holiday tradition, learn about our partner agencies, hear from our children, and find out how you can get involved. And hopefully everybody you know will be invited to give a nightlight, help us to reach further into that darkness. And I think one other element I did want to share with you outside of NightLights is actually our longest running program. This is our 27th year of Bikes for Tykes. Yeah. This is a huge part of letting our children be children. Just because you're a 7-year-old sexual assault victim doesn't mean you're not a 7-year-old. And we want those children to know the joy of being a child during really difficult situations. And that's why we do youth activities every month. But it's also part of that Bikes for Tykes. It's a little bit of freedom. It's a little bit of an opportunity for these children to have some control in their lives. And we've been doing this for 27 years. Yeah. This year we have 398 children have been registered to receive bicycles and a brand new helmet.
Wow.
And we are a little short on bicycles right now. We have some great partners in the bike shops that you can learn at our website. If you go to realitiesforchildren.com, there is a click on there to Bikes for Tykes. If you have that bicycle that's getting dusty in your garage, please donate it. The deadline for that is December 3rd.
Perfect.
They fix it up, safety check it, or if you want to buy a brand new bike for our children. But we're about 170 bikes short right now. Gotcha. And we would love to have community members join in that effort as well, as far as bringing that bit of joy for our children also.
Definitely. And do you guys have drop-off locations for these bikes?
We do. We have several drop-off. They're actually our bike safety check locations.
Okay.
They are bike shops at Recycled Cycles, Phoenix Cyclery, Trek Bicycles, North, South, and in Loveland.
Okay.
And that's all on the website as well, all their addresses, phone numbers. So you can take that bicycle there. They safety check them. They make sure that they're in good shape so that we're giving a child a safe bike to ride. If it's a used bike, if it's a brand new bike, they can be dropped off there also, or they can be brought to Realities for Children directly during business hours, and we can make sure that they get into our distribution. So that's just another great way to find a way to get involved, whether it's buying a bicycle or bringing that bike that may be sitting in your garage longer than it needs to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or your kids have outgrown, or who knows.
For sure, definitely. Well, you guys heard that. Realities for Children has a lot of great things going on this next month for our community. If you would like to donate a bike for the holidays, you can get more information about drop-off locations at realitiesforchildren.com. Also, make sure you head over to the First Presbyterian Church in Fort Collins on December 1st. Realities for Children is hosting their 25th annual tree lighting event. All the proceeds are going to children suffering abuse and neglect in our community. You can get more information about that and how you can become a volunteer at realitiesforchildren.com. If you would like to donate a nightlight for Realities for Children, you can get more information on how to donate at giveanightlight.com. Craig, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I hope to see you and all of your listeners out at NightLights this year and being a part of reaching further into the darkness of child abuse. Thank you so much.
Thanks for listening to What Matters in NoCo. I'm Ashlee Meehleis with Town Square Media's Tuned Into NoCo. If you missed part of the show, you can find it on your Town Square Media station app or website. If you or your organization would like to be considered for Tuned Into NoCo, send me an email at ashlee.meehleis@townsquaremedia.com. That's ASHLEE.MEEHLEIS@townsquaremedia.com.